Tonight's Xfinity TV High School Football Game of the Week post-game show is being presented by the Pittsburgh Sports Report, Pittsburgh's premier sports publication. Visit them on the web at pittsburghsportsreport.com. Well, what do you want me to say? I'm going to say, wow.
That's
what
fine
a ball
by
game.
me.
What a ball game tonight. And let's take a look at those McKeesport Tigers just going ape after this ball game here tonight. A wild scene here at George Smith's Stadium, and what a ball game we saw here tonight. Undefeated Penn-Trafford comes in here at 9-0 and has their perfect record spoiled by a very hungry, as you mentioned, very angry McKeesport Ball Club who came in here and wanted this game. They lost the lead late, got it back late,
right,
and ended up playing some great defense.
First run of the game.
Fantastic finish.
Right. First run of the game, you could see that there was purpose to McKeesport.
All right, let's go to the field once again. Meg Bulger is with Coach Miller right now. Meg.
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, Coach, there's a whole lot to talk about with this game, but let's just start with the last 3 minutes. You guys get the go-ahead touchdown and then find yourselves having to make a play of the game with a minute left.
Oh, I know. It was amazing. Well, you know what? When you get two good teams together, and their staff's amazing over there. They set themselves up to score almost every time they touch the ball. So I was really happy with our defense holding them off.
And just how about the mentality of the kids to come out at halftime? You know that you feel good up by 10, but they start fighting back. You kind of bend, don't break defensively, but they fight back, and just the poise that your boys showed.
You know what? I think last week helped. Last week, playing a tough game, and I said, we're getting battle tested, and it's really nice when you go into the playoffs. You're not, riding high thinking you're the best team on the earth. When we found out, anybody can beat us in any night. 5A's tough across the board, and it showed it tonight.
Got to feel pretty good going into playoffs now, beating the number one team. They're undefeated. You get to spoil their season a little bit, but now it's headed into the real deal.
Yeah, it's the second season, so it's nice not crawling in. It's nice being able to run in there, but we find out Monday who we play, and I'm sure they're going to be good. We're going to be on the road, so it makes it a little bit more difficult.
All right, well, at least just enjoy this one for a little longer.
Enjoy it tonight, definitely.
Get that blood pressure down. All right, Coach, thanks.
Thank you.
Guys.
All right, Meg, it felt like a playoff game here tonight.
Oh, no question.
And I'm sure McKeesport treated it that way. Penn-Trafford, again, undefeated at 9-0 coming into the ballgame. And McKeesport was coming off a bad loss late in the ballgame to their arch rivals, Gateway, and they knew that they were a better football team than what the way they played last week, and they absolutely proved it here tonight. And one of the stars of the game is with Meg Bulger right now. Let's go back to the field. Meg.
John, you heard your coach just say two great teams that face each other. You know it's going to be a battle, but how much fun was it? Now that you won, how much fun was it?
I had a lot of fun. Me and my team, just kept telling them to push and push. Even though we were up at halftime, I told them it wasn't over. We still had to push. That's what we did. We came up with the win.
Your coach told me at halftime, you guys were running the ball so well. I said, is this something you thought that you could do against the team? He said, actually, no, we didn't. So what was it out there tonight? Your offensive line played great, but you were finding the holes and getting into the end zone.
Yeah, I give it to my line, definitely, because without them, we couldn't be anywhere. So
you go into the playoffs, told your coach, after that loss last week, how much did your mindset have to change after getting that? You almost felt like it got stolen from you to come in and beat the undefeated team now.
We were on the streak, so we were kind of happy, but that let us know that it's not going to be easy, along the road. So I think it was good that we lost last week. So.
What's the mindset now got to be? You guys just beat an undefeated Penn-Trafford team. You know that they're good, but you kind of have to come back down to earth again, headed into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Just keep our mindsets right and do what we're supposed to do, and we'll make it forward.
All right, I think you will. We'll enjoy this one, and good luck next week.
Thank you.
All right, Chris.
Meg, John Harper, tremendous effort. And again, running that flex bone offense, the offensive deception, it all starts with the quarterback, and what a masterful job he did.
And Chris, particularly when you consider that last drive for the game winner, he started off banged up.
Right.
And we talked about the idea that, again, in that offensive scheme, that's a real problem. And they got 3 or 4 plays where he's able to find himself again. And we saw, obviously, Leighton Jordan go crazy on that drive. Jordan moved to the fullback spot, he said, to help the team. But when he runs, and he ran tonight like this, he runs selfishly. And I don't mean that in a bad way, it means against his opponent. It means he's going to get his. And he's going to run very physically, very hard to get get everything he could. And I thought that combination tonight was absolutely stellar.
He got his, they got theirs, no doubt about it. John Harper, our Pittsburgh Sports Report player of the game, he also factored into our best of the batch play of the game tonight. Let's take a look at it. The game-winning touchdown. It was Harper after he was shaken up, jumping off the left side of the line, scoring on an 8-yard run. There it is from the reverse angle, and Harper ended up getting the game winner here tonight. Anthony Biko added the extra point and made it a field goal lead, 27-24, and that's the way it ended up. And just think how dramatic a finish we saw out there with the score ending up that way. Had Nick Tarabella converted on that field goal attempt with virtually no time left, wouldn't have won the game, but it would have tied it up and we would have seen some overtime, I'm sure. But it didn't get there, and Harper's touchdown proved to be the game winner.
And I like the questions that Meg was asking, both the player and also Coach Miller. Basically, what does this do? And again, we opened the show tonight by saying that Coach Miller had said to me, look, either this is going to derail our season or going to get us back on track. They're back on track. Like he said, we're running into the postseason. We're not walking in. And, that's a very important thing. On the flip side, Penn-Trafford, maybe that same lesson that McKeesport felt they learned last week, they'll have coming into the playoffs and making them even more dangerous. I don't think we saw the sharpest Penn-Trafford team that we've seen all year long, and I think that that's going to be a big part of the message, not just the result, but how it came about, despite really being gutty to get back into this game. I'm sure John Ruane and that staff will be focused on that this week.
Yeah, absolutely, a wake-up call. They still finish as the champions of the Big East Conference. McKeesport gained a little bit of berthage, if you will, as the WPIL pairings will be announced on Monday night. Well, that's going to do it. And as we said at the start of the broadcast here tonight, it was perfection versus deception. Deception won out here this evening in McKeesport. For Meg Bulger, Ellis Cannon, I'm Chris Shovlin. We want to thank our entire Viewpoint Production Services crew for the great work on this ball game tonight. One for the ages. McKeesport spoils the perfect season of Penn-Trafford and wins it on a big run at the end, 27-24. Want to thank you for watching statewide on the Pennsylvania Cable Network. And don't forget, you can watch this game anytime, on demand, on Xfinity.